The fires were started by lightning. By early July, they had spread throughout the state 6 weeks ahead of California's usual fire season. Firefighters have contained most of the blazes, but stubborn fires are still burning near Junction City, a town of 800 in the northern part of the state. Some neighborhoods remain evacuated. Personnel and equipment have arrived from around the United States, as well as Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and Greece. Around Junction City, more than 3,000 firefighters and support staff are fighting the blazes. The number one priority is protecting life and buildings, including cabins on these densely wooded hillsides. Firefighters are also keeping watch on a Buddhist center close to the fire lines. It was established by a Tibetan meditation teacher in the 1980s. Firefighter Steve Nemore says dry conditions and rugged terrain favor the fire.
It's really challenging, I think, for everybody, from the ground crews to supervisors, because it's been great weather for fire. It's been variable, and the ground is so steep, and the trees are so big that it's really a challenge putting in line where you would like to.
Firefighters clear the underbrush. At times, they fight fire with fire, using low-intensity flames to remove dead vegetation. Information Officer Keith Jenkins explains what's called a burnout operation.
What we're doing now is using the weather in our favor and lighting small strips of fire that will be less intense, and that will carry into the head fire and flanking fire that is behind me.
Crews at base camp work to keep supplies flowing for firefighters on the line. Additional help has come from the California National Guard. More than 2,000 National Guard troops were mobilized, and more than 200 are battling this fire. Lieutenant Colonel Dan Monahan says his troops are ready for their mission.
Well, many of the military principles apply. In many ways, it's like a light infantry mission, walking the hills, and navigational skills and things like that are required.
Some of these troops have served in hardship posts overseas. Sergeant Alfredo Villatoro was deployed in Afghanistan. He says firefighting is just as demanding.
Oh, yeah. The first couple of days coming up and down these hills, you feel your legs saying, I don't want to climb anymore. But tell it, keep going, keep going.
At the Buddhist Center, resident Nancy Barton says local people have learned to live with fire.
When you choose to live in the forest, fire is just part of the life. Yeah, very natural.
Firefighters containing the blazes say they are gearing up for a long, hot summer. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News, Junction City, California.